5800.
This is professional
Did you know that along with the wonderful
camera
things
shooting
you feed us,
right here.
pumpkin is a super addition to our diets?
All right, don't
That's
touch
right,
anything.
plain pumpkin is full of vitamins and is a great source of fiber. It's low in calories and helps dogs like me with digestion. And for my pals that need to lose a little around the waist, replacing just a bit of their food with some pumpkin will help. And it's delicious. But remember, that's not pumpkin pie filling.
It's Friday, 11/11/11, and this is an in-studio live webisode. If I had the camera pointing at producer Josh just then, you would have seen him yawn. Were you up late last night?
Real riveting stuff.
It is. I have to watch it all morning long. This is Occupy Tucson. This bores me. Why can't we talk about pit bulls and football?
Don't.
If you ever want to make producer Josh mad, send him an email about pit bulls.
Talk about something you don't know anything about.
Do that.
This is Jerry Doyle, and you're starting your morning with the John Justice Show. My show starts at 2 right here on 104.1.
What's the saying? What comes around goes around? Something like that, right? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you act like an idiot, you are an idiot. Maybe I just did that one.
Like that.
A couple of different stories here. Should we start off with tragic or kind of funny tragic? Which one should we start off with first?
Start with tragic.
We'll start with tragic first. Okay. Man shot to death near Occupy Oakland camp. A young man was fatally shot Thursday evening just yards from the Occupy Oakland encampment outside of City Hall. The man shot in the head about 5 p.m. outside the BART station. He was taken to Highland Hospital in Oakland. He was pronounced dead, according to the police chief there. Witnesses said they heard 4 to 6 shots. Saw several young men flee. No arrests have been made. It happened in a busy intersection downtown, just adjacent to the Occupy encampment. Councilman Ignacio de la Fuente has repeatedly called for the camp's removal, said, unfortunately, we have no excuse for not taking action. This was escalating, and it was going to happen. Mayor Jean Quan held a news conference and announced that the city was planning once again to remove the Occupy camp. The risks are too great for having the encampment out there. It's time for the encampment to end. Camp medics were the first ones on the scene. The motives behind the shooting remains unclear. Critics of the encampment soon said the question of whether the dead man or the killers of the protesters was irrelevant. Shortly after the shooting, a KGO TV cameraman was punched in the back of the head by someone who objected to his filming the scene. Davis said, his name was Randy Davis, said he believed he suffered a concussion. Yeah, what do you expect? Nowadays, if you don't want somebody to film you, that's what you do, is you hit them, right? That's what you're supposed to do. What happened in the days where you just wouldn't, put your hand in front of the camera? Stop filming. You did this. Yeah. Just go away. Or just walked away. Stop. We missed those days. Earlier on Thursday, De La Fuente said he intends to seek a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum. No, a vote of no confidence in Mayor Jean Quan for her handling of the Occupy camp. So, sad, sad, sad. In the meantime, tragic but kind of funny. The home base for Occupy Atlanta has tested positive for tuberculosis.
Oh my God.
People give me a hard time for calling it the flea party. That's being nice. We can call it the TB party now. The Fulton County Health Department confirmed on Wednesday that residents at the homeless shelter where protesters have been occupying have contracted the drug-resistant disease. There is a possibility that both Occupy Atlanta protesters and the homeless people in the shelter may still be at risk since tuberculosis is contracted. Over the last 3 months, there have been 2 persons who have resided in the facility who have been diagnosed and confirmed with TB. That according to the Fulton County Services Director. One of these persons was confirmed to have a strain of TB that is resistant to a single standard medication used in this treatment. All persons identified as positive have begun treatment and are monitored to ensure that medication is taken as directed. You know, they should take that movie Contagion. It was a good movie, by the way. Right? You want to see how this stuff starts? It's like it's going to be the Occupy movement that begins spreading the disease around. It's like an outbreak when they go to trace the source and they end up in that African jungle with the monkey, right? And that's where they got it from. And the dude that was on the television show brings it back. What was his name? I can't. I'm gonna say his name. No, I'm not. There's a name that women call him that watch the show, but I can't. As a man, I can't say that name on the air because I'll just sound weird. But yeah, instead of a monkey, they're gonna be. We've traced the origin of the disease that's wiping out the planet. It was Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, Patrick Dempsey.
Hey, Brad Pitt was asked. He's on a promotional tour to promote Moneyball in Japan. He was asked about Occupy and the movement. We'll get his thoughts. I have the audio next on the John Justice Show.
It's 8:30.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, it was Dr. McDreamy. I'll say it on the Webisode, but I won't say it on the air. I just can't. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm mad enough to say that, but
With a staunch record of heterosexuality.
exactly. Well, you know what's nice about the video, though, is that now when I do the visual aid, you can actually see. Because it worked a lot better when I was going, stop filming, stop filming, stop.
It's over.
Stop. Ross is looking at me sweet. See, there he goes. There he is. This is what my view to for.
Alamo Bowl in 1999.
And we'll end on that.